What's up, everybody? I'm Ashley Nicole Moss. This is Jarrel Harris, and this is the very first episode of Laces Out. Gotta clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Are you excited?
I'm excited to be here. I see you got the TLC, what about your friends look going on? Don't
clown my glove, man. This is fashion. This is fashion at its finest. But I'm not the only one that we're going to discuss my fashion. I got to hang out with wide receiver of the Carolina Panthers, Robby Anderson, in Florida. We got to tour his closet. We got to talk some football. But you and I are going to talk about some things, too, because we're going to talk about LeBron's Space Jam release. And we're going to talk about which athlete deserves the next signature shoe. I know we don't agree on this topic at all, which is probably going to be a lot of this show. So let's just get right into it. In the culture of kicks, there can only be one GOAT. That's the greatest of all time. So, what's yours?
So there's three things I think about when it comes to like the criteria for the perfect like sneaker, all right? So the Air Jordan 1 for the masses, you know, they're gonna love those. But the Air Jordan 3 is my favorite of all time. But if we're picking one, it's gonna be the Air Jordan 11, just because how versatile it is.
You're clearly a Jordan guy.
I am, but what can you compare it to?
Okay, look, I already know you're gonna clown my answer, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. The GOAT sneaker for me is not because it's the flashiest, it's not because it's, you know, the fanciest. It's because of what it meant for the culture, what it meant for New York City, what it meant for me. And that is the Air Force One.
That's not the answer.
And
That's
what
not
do you
the
mean?
answer.
Wait,
That's not the answer.
let me give you my reasoning. When I was a kid, right, there was nothing more fresh than having a fresh pair of white Uptowns with my little jersey dress, my baby hairs, much like they are right now, slicked down to perfection. You know, nameplate earrings, the whole nine. It defined the culture of New York City. You were fresh with a pair of Air Forces on.
See, the thing about Air Forces is you have to consider the black ones as well. So are you ready for that fight, that war? You have to go to war with those. So with the Air Jordan 11, it's like versatile. You can wear it to a wedding, go play ball in it. You can do everything.
Who's wearing Jordans to a wedding?
I actually have a friend that did it.
Did you?
Not me.
Okay.
I considered it, but my wife was like, nah, I'm not having that.
Listen. The black Air Forces are not in the conversation. We're just gonna remove those from our memory, from conversations of today, tomorrow, and the future. Because if you wear black Air Forces, you have nothing to lose in life. You can't be trusted. I don't wanna hang around you. There's something off there. But the white Air Forces, whether you were a low top back in the day, we used to call them downtowns, whether you were a high top or uptown girl like I was, I feel like that was everybody's first love when it came to shoes, because Jordans, I mean, they've always been around, but the culture of sneakers, the game of, you know, trying to get sneakers, whether it's on these different apps and things like that, the hunt for them, that just started, what, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago? Air Forces are a staple.
Yeah, and you have to consider with the Air Jordan 11, like the storytelling behind the sneaker. Like, this is when Mike wore it like during the greatest season for the Bulls ever. And then like the patent leather, like every time I see it, I'm in awe still. I took a picture of it out in the grass the other day. I was like, wow, like Tinker really did a great job with these. So I can't say the same about the Air Force Ones. Like I get the relevance, but it's not the same.
So like, let's just say I won this debate. That's fine. It's cool.
Yeah, right.
You know,
not at all.
A win for me.
Not at all.
The first of many. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Kyrie Irving. These are just some of the athletes who are holding down the signature shoe game. But who is next to receive this coveted honor? So if you ask me, I'm gonna hold it down for my ladies, okay? Shout out to the WNBA making some noise. Skylar Diggins, Candace Parker, I think that they should be next to receive a signature shoe. I mean, what they have done for the WNBA, of course, they're not alone. There's a lot of other women who have come before them, who have come up with them, who are responsible for kind of paving the way for these new WNBA athletes to come through and really get the shine and recognition that not only the sport, not only the league deserves, but that these women deserve. Why not them?
Look, but I love them, but it has to go to Sabrina. Like,
what?
She's a one-name star already. When you mention Sabrina's name, you know who you're talking about.
Yes.
So, and she's the queen of New York.
Yes. Yes.
And then plus, when she was at Oregon, Her jersey sales were through the roof. Her Liberty jersey is selling out everywhere.
I will give you that. Love Sabrina. Shout out to the Queen of New York. Also, I feel like she is Lady Mamba, if you will. She is, her relationship with not only Gianna, but Kobe, rest in peace to the both of them, is, you get to see him alive and her in pieces, and I love that. But you cannot disrespect Candace Parker, Skylar Diggins, Sue Bird, some of the women who are responsible for Sabrina even being in the league, even being in the position that she is without giving them a signature shoe first. That's like Kobe Bryant or LeBron James not getting a shoe before LaMelo Ball. What sense does that make?
It's true, but you have to invest in younger talent to develop a brand. You have to start with someone like that. She has a lot of followers on Instagram. I know that's not the only thing, but her shoe game is ridiculous already, and people love her.
You're a Jordan guy, and Jordan has some decisions to make. You got Luka, you got Jason Tatum. Which one's the next one to have that signature shoe?
It's a good problem to have. They just gave Zion his own signature shoe, but these guys, they already have that reputation. They're already superstars. So it's interesting to see what kind of move Jordan's gonna make next, because Tatum's out this world. He's a superstar. My nephew can't stop talking about him all the time.
And Deuce. Shout out to Deuce.
For real.
The real star of the Boston Celtics, rather.
Then you have Luka as this international talent, and that could be big for Jordan overseas. So, but someone has to model the Air Jordan 36 that's coming out. So it's who gets the next signature?
Who are you giving it to?
I would give it to JT for now.
Nice.
He just has the flavors with the different PEs. Everyone loves him, and he's probably gonna be on the Olympic team soon. So,
and
I'm gonna give it to him.
not to toot my own horn or anything, and it's not basketball related, but somebody else is also a Jordan brand athlete, the only NFL quarterback on their roster.
Here we go.
My Dak Prescott. How about them Cowboys? July 16th, we're heading back to the Space Jam, but this time it's not with Michael Jordan. No, it's the kid from Akron himself,
LeBron James.
And Nike and LeBron released some heat to celebrate the release of the new film. Jarrel, what are you thinking? I know you got thoughts.
I can't believe LeBron's already at 19 in the shoe game.
A
He's reaching that pinnacle,
lot of shoes.
20. Yes, a lot. But here we have the Space Jam colorway, very cartoony as expected. It's not like MJ's classic shoe, like the Space Jams in the 11s, but this is different.
I mean, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Well, somewhat of a cartoon. It's live action / cartoon, so you need a cartoony vibe. Here's my thing with the LeBron shoes in general. I think they're just hard to wear with fits. How do you get a fit off with something this bulky?
The thing with basketball sneakers right now, a lot of stuff is moving towards performance-wise. So I think LeBron's found he's comfortable in these. Much of his sneakers haven't changed at all since the LeBron 14. So I think he's found his spot. He's not leaving it. He doesn't care about if you're gonna wear it with jeans or not.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's his thing. I never really wore LeBrons like that. It's just performance-wise, straight up.
Well, if you like collecting shoes like we do, then the bulkiness doesn't matter to you. And also, if you hoop like we do, the bulkiness certainly doesn't matter to you. But I think it's genius that LeBron scheduled a sneaker release, Nike included, around a movie release. I think it's definitely going to start a trend in the culture if there are any athletes that plan on going into acting, like Mr. James. And I mean, shout out to Spring Hill, doing big things. That is why he is very rich. And speaking of Space Jam 2, are you excited for the movie?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's not going to touch the original, but I get it. It's for the new generation of kids, and LeBron is their Michael Jordan, so I'm excited.
So the goal of Laces Out is not only to debate some of the hottest topics in sneaker culture with Jarrel and myself, but to also bring some of the biggest names in sports to this very platform who also happen to have a passion for kicks. And to kick things off, I went down to South Florida to visit wide receiver of the Carolina Panthers, Robbie Anderson, to check out his mean sneaker game.
This is Laces Out, and standing next to me is one of the biggest deep threats in the NFL, Robbie Anderson. And now we're in the 954. That's Broward County, in case you didn't know. And we're going to talk football. fashion. He's gonna give me a tour of his sneaker collection, and he's gonna open the doors to his house too. So let's go inside.
Let's get it.
First and foremost, your closet smells amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So you have like 50 pairs of Air Forces. Why do you have so many Air Forces?
Cause I don't know, like when you wear them one time, it just don't look the same, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like I got other ones, like if I'm just like, if I know I'm going to the club, I probably wear a pair I wore before cause I know they're gonna get messed up, you know what I'm saying? But, and then too, cause like I guess in the mall, you can't really get them, so I just like, I like to keep them in stock. Cause I wear Forces, like they go with anything, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You could wear all black with a pair, so I just like to keep them on deck.
What is your favorite pair of J's?
These right here, the OG black toe 14s. I had these growing, like this like one of the joints I remember most growing up, but they had came back out, I wanna say like 2014, but this was flat. I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I ain't like it. So it was like actually hard for me to actually find this particular pair. Like I had to go on, I think I had to get them on Go app and bid. But like this part right here, you know, the OG part, whatever, I don't know if it's a baseball or stripes, I don't know what it is, but it's just like the shape of the shoe, like I don't know, I just always was in love with it.
What is it about Jordan in general that you think just puts them above other brands?
I don't know, it's just something everybody grew up on, so it just stuck, you know what I'm saying? It's a good shoe, like it can go, and you can really pull it off with whatever you want to. So I don't know, it's Jordan too, he's the GOAT, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
the next thing I was gonna say.
yeah.
Do you think there will ever be a brand that's as influential as Jordan? I mean, Michael Jordan, you're only ever gonna have one Jordan.
It's hard because it's like, you know, Kobe and LeBron, you know, they GOATs too, you know what I'm saying? But their shoes is like hard to wear with like jeans and pull off with a fit, you know what I'm saying? Like you can wear Jordans with a fit like easily, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's why it's like really hard. And then it's like, you know, 10, 30 years from now when we older, gonna be another Jordan LeBron, but it's Jordan.
Talk about this. The box itself is insane.
Yeah, I mean, see this shoe when it came out last year, and it was this, you know, Dunks really like rebirthed themselves last year. So when it first came out last year, I was like, I wasn't really, you know, smelling, I ain't really, you know what I'm saying, really want them and stuff. But then, you know, it kind of grew on me. Then I was like, if I'm gonna get this shoe, I gotta get the box, cause that's what make the shoe for real, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, and how I got my room set up, I got all the shoe boxes laying, I'm like, this would be a nice decoration. So that's really like, I haven't worn them yet, I got a fit waiting for them, but that's what really made me. I was like, if I'm gonna go all in, I'm gonna go all in.
What is the biggest mistake people make that you think when they cop shoes that have a lot going on, whether it's, you know, in the pattern, whether it's in the material? What is the biggest mistake that you think that people make when styling them? Is it trying to like match every color on the shoe?
Trying to do too much. Like, to me, how I dress is like, if I got like my clothes do a lot, I gotta let my shoes do a little bit. If my shoes do a lot, I gotta let my clothes do a little bit. And don't be trying to, you know, bite my swag. I know y'all be doing that, but I give y'all a little cheat code, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like somebody will probably wear this shoe and like be trying to do a whole lot, like colors and match it perfectly, you know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna look kind of like you throwed it all off, like your shoe doing a lot. Let the shoe speak for itself and keep it simple. Like you really could pull this off with black tee, black pants, and a nice hat or something.
It's kind of like a piece of jewelry, right? Like essentially you don't need to have, you know, the craziest fit on if your chain is your statement piece. The sneakers are much like jewelry in that aspect.
Facts.
All right, so a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
I can see, real comfortable.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little football. Sam Darnold, a guy you know pretty well, your quarterback when you were on the New York Jets, is now your quarterback in Carolina. A lot of people are kind of 50-50 on if he ever got a fair shot with the Jets before they kind of just washed their hands of him and moved on to the next younger quarterback. What is your opinion on that?
I mean, my honest opinion, you know, me being a firsthand is that, you know, he didn't come into a good situation. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Coaching-wise, too, so, and, you know, I just don't think, like, it was the right place for him, you know? Honestly, I just don't think it was the right situation for him, the right system, right pieces around him. It just wasn't, you know, wasn't a match made in heaven.
How do you expect him to do, and how do you expect him to come in to Carolina, a new situation for him, and take on that leadership role?
Yeah, I hope the best for him, and I expect the best for him. And I think that it's a good situation that he's coming into, with the coaches, the environment, the culture, team, and the people around him, the pieces around him. So, I think, my wishes for him is for him to become the best, have his best year that he's ever had, and I think that he will.
PFF actually left you and DJ Moore off of their list of top wide receiver duos. How does that make you feel?
I don't be caring about none of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and DJ, we don't be caught up in all that because we know how we stepping, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, it just be funny to me for real. Like, I don't even know who really be making them pages. Like, do they play
yeah,
football?
the list, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really, if I cared about things like that, I wouldn't be where I am today, you know what I'm saying? Because I always been slept on, so I don't really be like pay that no mind for real. Winning a championship, like for our team and organization and our supporters is really like what we go for. We ain't really like focusing on doubters and things like that. That's like really like wasted energy,
And I mean, speaking of somebody who has experience winning in Carolina, we got to talk about Cam Newton.
Yeah.
He was the style king in Carolina. Now that he's gone, who is the most stylish player on the team?
I don't like to toot my own horn, but I think I got the
You're taking the crown
the
there?
drip crown for the Panthers now.
All right, everybody. I'm Ashley Nicole Moss. This is Robbie Anderson. Robbie, you were the first guest on Laces Out. How does that feel?
Dang, it's gonna be high expectations.
High
now.
expectations after everyone who follows you.
Yeah.
And you will always have a special place in our hearts because you were number one.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for letting us tour your closet, your house, chatting it up with me, and we'll see you guys next time.